Earlier on, we saw Jeremy looking at a street hero car for people who like to flex and wind, whatever that is. But what happens if you're the kind of person who has to have the latest titanium palm-top coffee machine? What are you going to go for?
You can forget the likes of Ford and Honda. Wrong badge, wrong message. You need something with a bit of style and pizzazz, but nothing that requires effort. So the Alphas and TVRs are out too. But something has arrived that might just do the job.
And would you look at those? This is the Renault Megane CC, and this is the Peugeot 307 CC. We'll take them both together because they kind of look the same, cost the same, and do the same. And I've brought them for a little drive around London's Docklands, the epitome of modern Britain. Docklands was a wasteland in the middle of nowhere. Now it's got fantastic new developments, but it's still in the middle of nowhere. The newcomers who live here, they have no heritage, no roots, no mention in the Doomsday Book. They earn money, they see stuff in shops and they buy it. That's just the way most of us are. Me, I'm partial to a shirt. So just why are these cars so modern Britain? Well, for one thing, they are achingly fashionable, inside and out, with designer touches everywhere.
Look at that! The brushed aluminium on matte black effect. That's perfection to a bloke, that is. I'd have all my clothes in brushed aluminium and matte black if I could.
In catwalk terms then, bang on. And best of all, you can pose in them all year round.
The folding hardtop used to be the preserve of expensive Mercedes, and then Peugeot introduced it on the little 206cc. That became the best-selling cabriolet in Great Britain instantly. So it's a fair assumption that these two are going to sell in their billions. But if you're choosing on the roof alone, go for this Renault, because whereas the Peugeot's roof is made of mere tin, on the Renault Megane it's folding glass. So you can split them on the roof, but as for everything else, it's Arsenal versus Man United. Both have 2-litre engines with around 140 brake horsepower. Both cost around £18,000. Both have chrome gear knobs. And with some cars, you see them and say, that's a man's car. Or a girl's car. But these are neither really, they're kind of in the middle, perhaps verging a little bit on the girly. So all things to all people for all seasons. But there's one thing missing. Neither of them is a sports car. So if it's a full-out B-road blaster you're looking for, look elsewhere. All that clever folding roof gubbins has made them heavy. They weigh more than the moon. You can get a 180 brake horsepower version in the Peugeot, but even that takes 10 seconds to hit 60. So wherever you're going, you'll not be going there quickly.
But that's okay, because it's harder to window shop at high speed.
Shops. Lots of shops.
But for all their glamour, I don't like these cars. It's not because they're slow, it's because they are just fashion nonsense, mobile phones on wheels. There's just nothing really there.
They are off-the-peg designer merchandise, bottle glamour, flat-screen tellies. Looks is everything. It doesn't matter how they work. And what they do is give the full, instant consumer hit. You see one of these cars, you want it, then you get it. And for a while, you're glad you've got it. Then in about a year, when you've pressed all the buttons and all the gizmos have gone whir, you'll be bored with it. But it doesn't matter, because by then, something else will come along. And do you know what? It makes me sick just thinking about
it. What makes you sick?
Cars as fashion items. I like Land Rovers, not these. They're just bits of fashion tinsel.
See, the thing is, I've got much better reasons for not liking this Peugeot than the fashionness of it. I mean, the roof, brilliant, no
Very
denying
clever,
that. Look at the downside, you've got no space in there at all.
No.
And it weighs so much. I drove one of these the other day, it's broken.
They both do, though. I mean, so as we stand here, both of these cars are slowly sinking into the floor. They're that heavy.
So if I were to say to you, OK, I'm going to shave your poodle,
Right.
unless you tell me which one you'd have. Which one or the poodle's bald?
Bring on the razor, mate, I'm afraid.
Really? OK, fair enough. There's your answer. Let's meet a guest, shall we?